Focus on yourself. Stop wasting your time. There comes a moment in life when you realize that time isn't just a resource, it's the essence of your existence. Every second you spend is a second you can't get back. So why waste it worrying about what others are doing, saying, or thinking? Why spend precious hours trying to please everyone, comparing your journey to others, or dwelling on things beyond your control? Focusing on personal growth is one of the most powerful investments you can make. It's an ongoing journey that requires consistent effort, self-awareness, and a willingness to challenge your own limits. The pursuit of growth isn't just about gaining skills or achieving milestones. It's about becoming the best version of yourself in every aspect, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. Each step you take towards self-improvement shapes not only your future, but also the way you experience the present. Every moment you dedicate to your development is a moment spent building a foundation for your dreams. Imagine your life as a garden. If you neglect it, weeds of distraction and negativity will take over. But if you nurture it, planting seeds of knowledge and discipline, it will flourish into something beautiful and fulfilling. This process requires patience and intention. Growth doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of small, consistent actions that compound over time. Reading books, taking courses, engaging in meaningful conversations, these are all ways to invest in yourself. But beyond these external efforts, personal growth also involves internal work. It means facing your fears, confronting your weaknesses, and embracing vulnerability. Self-reflection is a crucial part of this journey. Take time regularly to assess where you are and where you want to be. Ask yourself tough questions. What are my strengths? Where do I need to improve? What habits are holding me back? This kind of introspection can be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for true growth. By understanding yourself better, you can set more realistic goals and create a clear roadmap for achieving them. Without this self-awareness, you risk drifting through life without direction, letting external circumstances dictate your path. Another key aspect of focusing on personal growth is staying open to feedback. It's easy to become defensive or dismissive when others point out our flaws. However, constructive criticism is a valuable tool for improvement. Instead of seeing it as an attack, view it as an opportunity to learn and evolve. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. The right environment can make a significant difference in your growth journey. Seek out mentors, join communities of like-minded individuals, and engage in conversations that push you to think differently. Growth also requires stepping out of your comfort zone. Comfort is the enemy of progress. When you stay within familiar boundaries, you limit your potential. It's only by pushing those limits that you discover what you're truly capable of. This might mean taking on a new project at work, learning a new skill, or facing a fear you've avoided for years. Each time you stretch beyond what feels safe, you build resilience and confidence. The discomfort you feel in these moments is a sign that you're growing. Embrace it. Embrace it. One of the most important lessons in personal growth is that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey. Every setback is a chance to learn and improve. When you adopt a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. You understand that mistakes are not a reflection of your worth, but a natural part of learning. This perspective allows you to take more risks and pursue your goals with greater courage. It frees you from the fear of failure, which is often the biggest barrier to personal growth. Time is a finite resource, and how you use it determines your trajectory. It's easy to fall into the trap of procrastination or to fill your days with activities that offer no real value. Social media, mindless entertainment, and unproductive conversations can consume hours without you even realizing it. To focus on personal growth, you must become intentional about how you spend your time. Prioritize activities that align with your goals and contribute to your development. Create a daily routine that includes time for learning, reflection, and self-care. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Self-growth also involves cultivating a positive mindset. The way you think affects every aspect of your life. Negative thoughts can sabotage your efforts and keep you stuck in a cycle of self-doubt. Practice gratitude, affirmations, and mindfulness to shift your mindset. Surround yourself with positivity, whether it's through the content you consume, the people you interact with, or the thoughts you entertain. Remember that growth is as much about your inner world as it is about your outer actions. Investing in yourself is the most rewarding investment you can make. The returns are immeasurable. As you grow, you not only improve your own life, but also positively impact those around you. You become a better friend, partner, and leader. Your growth sets an example for others and creates a ripple effect. Personal growth is a lifelong journey. There's no final destination or point at which you've arrived. There will always be new challenges to face and new lessons to learn. Embrace this journey with curiosity and commitment. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step forward is a victory. When you focus on yourself and prioritize your growth, you unlock your true potential. You stop living on autopilot and start creating a life that reflects your values and aspirations. The time you invest in yourself today will shape the person you become tomorrow. Don't wait for the right moment or the perfect conditions. Start now. Your future self will thank you. Setting clear boundaries is one of the most powerful actions you can take to protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Boundaries are the invisible lines we draw to define what we are comfortable with and what we will not tolerate. They establish a framework for healthy interactions and create space for personal growth. Without boundaries, it's easy to become overwhelmed, drained, and lost in a cycle of trying to please others or meet unrealistic expectations. Establishing and maintaining boundaries is not a sign of selfishness. It is an essential act of self-respect and self-care. Creating boundaries starts with self-awareness. You need to understand your values, priorities, and limits. Reflect on what truly matters to you and identify areas where you feel overextended or uncomfortable. Ask yourself, what situations or relationships leave me feeling drained or resentful? Where do I need more space or support? These questions help clarify where boundaries are needed. Once you have this awareness, you can begin to communicate your needs clearly and assertively. This doesn't mean you have to justify or apologize for your limits. Simply state them with confidence and respect. For example, if you need time for yourself after work, let others know that you are unavailable during that period. If a friend or colleague frequently crosses your boundaries, address the behavior directly and calmly. It's important to remember that setting boundaries is not about controlling others. It's about taking responsibility for your own well-being. You cannot change how others act, but you can choose how you respond. By setting limits, you send a message about what you will and will not accept. This empowers you to protect your peace and focus on what truly matters. It also fosters healthier relationships. When you establish clear boundaries, you create a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. Others know where you stand, and they are more likely to treat you with consideration. Boundaries are especially crucial when it comes to managing your time. Time is a finite resource, and how you spend it determines your quality of life. Without boundaries, it's easy to become overcommitted and overwhelmed. You might find yourself saying yes to every request, taking on too many responsibilities, or sacrificing your own needs to please others. This can lead to burnout and resentment. Learning to say no is a powerful skill. It allows you to prioritize what truly matters and avoid spreading yourself too thin. When you say no to something that doesn't align with your goals or values, you are saying yes to yourself and your priorities. Saying no can be difficult, especially if you are used to putting others first or fear disappointing people. However, it's important to remember that you are not responsible for other people's feelings or expectations. You have a right to protect your time and energy. Practice saying no with kindness and clarity. You don't have to offer elaborate explanations or feel guilty. A simple "I'm sorry, I can't commit to that right now" is enough. The more you practice, the more confident you will become. Setting boundaries also means recognizing and addressing toxic relationships. Some people may try to manipulate or guilt you into crossing your boundaries. They may react negatively when you assert yourself. This is a reflection of their behavior, not yours. Healthy relationships are built on respect and mutual support. If someone consistently disregards your boundaries, it may be necessary to reevaluate the relationship. Surround yourself with people who uplift and respect you. Your time and energy are too valuable to be spent on those who do not. Technology has also made boundary setting more challenging but more necessary than ever. We live in a world of constant connectivity, where work emails, social media notifications, and messages can invade every moment of our lives. Without clear boundaries, it's easy to feel constantly on and overwhelmed. Set limits on your screen time and create tech-free zones or periods in your day. Establish rules about when and how you engage with work outside of office hours. Protecting your personal time is crucial for maintaining balance and well-being. Boundaries are not rigid walls, they are flexible guidelines that can adapt to different situations and stages of life. As you grow and evolve, your boundaries may change. Regularly reassess them and make adjustments as needed. Be open to feedback and willing to refine your approach. Communicate changes clearly to those around you. Consistency is key. When you enforce your boundaries consistently, others will learn to respect them. If you waver or make exceptions too often, it sends a message that your limits are negotiable. Setting boundaries is an ongoing process that requires practice and commitment. It may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are not used to asserting yourself. However, with time, it becomes a natural and empowering part of your life. The benefits are profound. Boundaries create a sense of control and clarity. They reduce stress, prevent burnout, and foster healthier relationships. They allow you to focus on your goals and priorities without constant distraction or interference. Ultimately, boundaries are an expression of self-respect. They are a way of honoring your needs, values, and limits. When you set and maintain boundaries, you send a powerful message to yourself and others: I matter. My time matters. My well-being matters. This mindset is transformative. It empowers you to take charge of your life and create a reality that aligns with your true self. By setting clear boundaries, you free yourself from the weight of unnecessary obligations and distractions. You create space for growth, fulfillment, and peace. Comparing yourself to others is one of the most common yet damaging habits that can undermine your self-confidence and sense of fulfillment. In a world driven by social media, constant exposure to the highlight reels of others' lives makes it easy to feel inadequate or behind. However, this comparison trap is not only unproductive, it's also based on an illusion. Each person's journey is unique, shaped by individual experiences, challenges, and strengths. Measuring your worth against someone else's story distorts your perspective and robs you of the joy and progress within your own life. The root of comparison lies in a deep-seated human tendency to seek validation and belonging. We naturally look to others to gauge our success, beauty, and worth. This instinct may have had a place in ancient societies where survival depended on fitting into a community, but in modern life, it often leads to feelings of inadequacy and resentment. When you compare yourself to others, you focus on their achievements, possessions, or appearances without knowing the full story. You see their successes, but not their struggles, their public victories, but not their private battles. This incomplete picture creates unrealistic standards and unfair expectations. It's important to recognize that everyone's path is different. Life is not a race or a competition. Each person faces unique challenges, learns at their own pace, and defines success in their own way. When you compare your journey to someone else's, you ignore the individuality of your experiences and the lessons you've learned along the way. Your path is yours alone, and it is valuable because it is uniquely yours. Embracing this mindset allows you to appreciate your progress and focus on your own growth rather than being distracted by someone else's trajectory. One of the most damaging aspects of comparison is that it shifts your focus outward rather than inward. Instead of asking, what do I want to achieve or what makes me happy, you start measuring your life against external markers. This can lead you to pursue goals that don't align with your true desires or values. You might chase a certain career, lifestyle, or image simply because it seems desirable to others. In doing so, you risk losing sight of your authentic self. True fulfillment comes from living in alignment with your own values and passions, not from trying to meet someone else's standards. To break free from the comparison trap, start by cultivating self-awareness. Reflect on your own goals, strengths, and values. What does success mean to you? What are your priorities? When you have a clear sense of your own path, it becomes easier to stay focused and avoid being swayed by external influences. Celebrate your progress no matter how small. Each step you take toward your goals is a victory worth acknowledging. Keep a journal to track your achievements and reflect on the lessons you've learned. This practice can help you stay grounded and motivated, even when faced with the successes of others. Another powerful strategy is to practice gratitude. Focusing on what you have rather than what you lack shifts your perspective and fosters a sense of contentment. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for, whether it's your health, relationships, or personal accomplishments. Gratitude helps you recognize the abundance in your life and reduces the urge to compare yourself to others. It reminds you that true wealth is not measured by external achievements, but by the quality of your experiences and connections. It's also important to be mindful of your social media consumption. Social media platforms are often curated highlights of people's lives, showcasing their best moments while hiding their struggles. Comparing your everyday reality to someone else's curated version of their life is unfair and unrealistic. Consider limiting your time on social media or unfollowing accounts that trigger feelings of inadequacy. Instead, seek out content that inspires and uplifts you. Surround yourself with positivity, both online and offline. Building self-compassion is another crucial step in overcoming comparison. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. Acknowledge that it's natural to have moments of self-doubt or envy, but don't let those feelings define you. When you find yourself slipping into comparison, gently redirect your focus back to your own journey. Remind yourself of your strengths and achievements. You are enough, just as you are. Remember that the people you admire also have their own struggles and insecurities. Success and happiness are not linear or guaranteed. Everyone faces setbacks, doubts, and failures. What you see on the surface is rarely the full story. Recognizing this can help you develop a more compassionate and realistic view of others. Instead of feeling envious, try to feel inspired. Celebrate other people's successes and use them as motivation to pursue your own goals. There is enough success to go around. Someone else's achievements do not diminish your potential. Finally, focus on your growth rather than perfection. Personal development is a continuous journey, not a destination. Set realistic goals and take consistent steps toward them. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a sign of growth. By focusing on your own journey, you create a sense of purpose and fulfillment that no external comparison can undermine. Your worth is not determined by how you measure up to others, it's defined by the person you are becoming. When you let go of comparison, you free yourself to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. You stop chasing someone else's version of success and start creating your own. You recognize that your journey is valuable, your progress is meaningful, and your worth is inherent. This shift in perspective allows you to focus on what truly matters: your growth, happiness, and well-being. Taking ownership of your time is one of the most crucial steps toward personal fulfillment and success. Time is the one resource we all have in equal measure, yet how we choose to use it determines the quality and direction of our lives. Many people go through life feeling as though time controls them, constantly reacting to external demands, expectations, and distractions. However, the reality is that we have far more control over our time than we often realize. When you take ownership of your time, you reclaim the power to shape your life according to your values, priorities, and goals. The first step in taking ownership of your time is recognizing that it is a finite and precious resource. Unlike money or possessions, time cannot be replaced or recovered. Each moment that passes is gone forever. This realization can be both sobering and empowering. It highlights the importance of being intentional about how you spend your time. Every choice you make, whether to invest time in a meaningful project, nurture relationships, or indulge in distractions, has a consequence. By acknowledging the value of your time, you become more mindful of how you allocate it. One of the biggest challenges people face in managing their time effectively is the tendency to drift through life on autopilot. It's easy to fall into routines and habits that consume time without adding value. For example, you might spend hours scrolling through social media, watching television, or engaging in activities that provide temporary pleasure but do not contribute to your long-term goals. Taking ownership of your time means becoming aware of these patterns and making conscious choices about how to spend your moments. It involves asking yourself, is this the best use of my time? Does this align with my priorities and values? Setting clear priorities is essential for taking control of your time. Without a clear sense of what matters most to you, it's easy to become overwhelmed by competing demands and distractions. Take time to reflect on your goals and values. What do you want to achieve? What kind of life do you want to create? Once you have a clear vision, you can set priorities that guide your decisions. These priorities serve as a filter, helping you determine which activities deserve your time and which do not. When faced with a choice, you can ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? If the answer is no, it's easier to say no and redirect your time and energy toward what truly matters. Another key aspect of taking ownership of your time is learning to set boundaries. Many people struggle with time management because they have difficulty saying no. They feel obligated to meet others' expectations, take on additional responsibilities, or be constantly available. However, every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your priorities, you are saying no to something else, often your own goals or well-being. Setting boundaries means protecting your time and energy. It involves being clear about what you will and will not commit to and communicating those boundaries assertively. This is not selfish, it is an essential act of self-respect and self-care. Procrastination is another significant barrier to effective time management. It's easy to put off important tasks in favor of more immediate or enjoyable activities. However, procrastination often leads to stress, missed opportunities, and regret. Taking ownership of your time means confronting procrastination head-on. This involves understanding the underlying reasons for your procrastination, whether it's fear of failure, perfectionism, or lack of motivation, and addressing them. Break tasks into smaller, manageable steps and set deadlines to hold yourself accountable. Celebrate small victories along the way to stay motivated. Remember that taking action, even imperfectly, is better than doing nothing. Another important aspect of taking control of your time is creating a daily routine that supports your goals and well-being. Routines provide structure and consistency, making it easier to stay focused and productive. Start by identifying the most important tasks or activities that you need to accomplish each day. Schedule these tasks during your peak energy periods when you are most alert and focused. Incorporate time for self-care, exercise, and relaxation. A balanced routine ensures that you are not only productive, but also taking care of your physical and mental health. Consistency is key. Over time, these daily habits compound, leading to significant progress toward your goals. Mindfulness and presence are also essential components of time ownership. It's easy to get caught up in thoughts about the past or worries about the future, but this robs you of the present moment. Mindfulness involves being fully present and engaged in whatever you are doing. This not only enhances your productivity, but also your overall quality of life. When you are mindful, you can fully appreciate the experiences and people around you. Practice mindfulness by focusing on one task at a time, minimizing distractions, and taking moments throughout the day to pause and breathe. This simple practice can help you stay centered and focused. Taking ownership of your time also means being flexible and adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected challenges or opportunities will arise. While it's important to have a plan, it's equally important to be willing to adjust that plan when necessary. Flexibility allows you to respond to changes without becoming overwhelmed or discouraged. View setbacks as learning opportunities and stay focused on your long-term goals. Remember that progress is not always linear, and every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you want to be. Ultimately, taking ownership of your time is about recognizing that you are the architect of your own life. You have the power to choose how you spend each moment. By being intentional, setting priorities, and creating healthy boundaries, you can make the most of your time and create a life that aligns with your values and goals. This mindset shift empowers you to stop wasting time on activities or relationships that do not serve you. Instead, you invest your time in what truly matters, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Prioritizing self-care is often viewed as a luxury, but it is, in fact, a fundamental necessity for overall well-being and personal success. Many people mistakenly believe that dedicating time to self-care is selfish or indulgent, especially when they are busy with work, family obligations, or other responsibilities. However, neglecting self-care can lead to burnout, stress, and decreased effectiveness in all areas of life. By making self-care a priority, you not only enhance your own well-being, but also improve your ability to support others and achieve your goals. Self-care encompasses a broad range of activities and practices that nurture your physical, mental, and emotional health. It involves recognizing your own needs and taking deliberate steps to meet them. This can include everything from getting enough sleep and eating nutritious meals to engaging in hobbies, exercising, and setting aside time for relaxation. The specific practices will vary from person to person, but the underlying principle is the same. Self-care is about honoring and respecting yourself enough to prioritize your well-being. One of the most important aspects of self-care is recognizing its role in maintaining mental and emotional health. In today's fast-paced world, stress and anxiety have become all too common. Many people feel overwhelmed by the constant demands of work, social obligations, and personal responsibilities. Without proper self-care, this stress can accumulate, leading to mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, and burnout. Taking time for self-care allows you to recharge and build resilience. It provides an opportunity to step back, reflect, and regain a sense of balance. Practices such as meditation, journaling, and deep breathing can help calm the mind and reduce stress. They create a space for self-reflection and emotional processing, which is essential for maintaining mental health. Physical self-care is equally important. The body and mind are deeply interconnected, and neglecting physical health can have a significant impact on overall well-being. Regular exercise, adequate sleep, and a balanced diet are foundational aspects of physical self-care. Exercise, for example, is not just about physical fitness, it also has powerful effects on mood and mental clarity. Physical activity releases endorphins, which are natural mood elevators. It reduces stress, improves sleep, and boosts energy levels. Similarly, getting enough sleep is crucial for cognitive function, emotional regulation, and overall health. Sleep deprivation can impair decision-making, reduce productivity, and negatively impact mood. By prioritizing physical self-care, you create a strong foundation for overall well-being. Self-care also involves setting healthy boundaries. Many people struggle with this because they feel obligated to meet others' expectations or fear disappointing those around them. However, constantly putting others' needs before your own can lead to resentment and burnout. Setting boundaries means recognizing your limits and communicating them clearly. It involves saying no to commitments or requests that do not align with your priorities or that would compromise your well-being. This is not about being selfish, it is about preserving your energy and ensuring that you have the capacity to give your best to the things that matter most. Healthy boundaries protect your time and energy, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Another critical aspect of self-care is fostering a positive and supportive inner dialogue. Many people are their own harshest critics, constantly judging themselves or dwelling on perceived failures. This negative self-talk can erode self-esteem and create a cycle of stress and self-doubt. Practicing self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. It means acknowledging your imperfections without harsh judgment and recognizing that everyone makes mistakes. Self-compassion creates a foundation of inner strength and resilience. It allows you to learn from setbacks without being overwhelmed by self-criticism. Engaging in activities that bring joy and fulfillment is another important component of self-care. Life is not just about meeting obligations or achieving goals, it is also about finding meaning and enjoyment. Hobbies, creative pursuits, and leisure activities are not a waste of time, they are essential for mental and emotional well-being. They provide an outlet for self-expression, reduce stress, and contribute to a sense of fulfillment. Whether it's reading, painting, gardening, or playing a musical instrument, these activities nourish the soul and provide a sense of balance. Social connections are also a vital part of self-care. Humans are inherently social beings, and meaningful relationships are essential for emotional well-being. Spending time with loved ones, sharing experiences, and seeking support from others can provide a sense of belonging and connection. However, it's also important to recognize that not all relationships are beneficial. Prioritizing self-care may involve distancing yourself from toxic or draining relationships and seeking out connections that uplift and support you. Self-care is not a one-size-fits-all concept, it requires a personalized approach. What works for one person may not work for another. The key is to identify the practices and activities that nourish you personally. This requires self-awareness and a willingness to experiment with different approaches. Regularly checking in with yourself and assessing your needs is essential. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? How can I best support myself? This ongoing dialogue helps you stay attuned to your well-being and make adjustments as needed. Incorporating self-care into your daily routine requires intention and commitment. It's easy to prioritize other tasks and push self-care to the bottom of the list, especially when life gets busy. However, self-care is not something you do only when you have extra time, it is something you prioritize because it is essential. Schedule self-care activities just like you would any other important commitment. Treat them as non-negotiable. Over time, these practices become habits, and they contribute to a more balanced, resilient, and fulfilling life. Ultimately, prioritizing self-care is an act of self-respect. It acknowledges your intrinsic worth and the importance of your well-being. By taking care of yourself, you are better equipped to face challenges, support others, and pursue your goals. Self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It is the foundation upon which a healthy, fulfilling, and meaningful life is built. Understanding that your journey is unique is one of the most profound realizations you can have. In a world that constantly bombards us with comparisons, expectations, and social pressures, it's easy to lose sight of our individuality. We often measure our progress against others, trying to fit into societal norms or meet the expectations of those around us. However, embracing the uniqueness of your own path is essential for personal growth, fulfillment, and authenticity. It means recognizing that your experiences, challenges, and goals are distinct and that the only true measure of success is how aligned you are with your own values and aspirations. Every individual's journey is shaped by a unique combination of factors: background, experiences, talents, and challenges. No two people have the same starting point or face the same obstacles. This means that comparing yourself to others is not only unproductive but also unfair. When you look at someone else's achievements or progress, you are seeing only a small part of their story. You don't see the full picture: the sacrifices they made, the struggles they faced, or the internal battles they fought. Recognizing this helps you shift your focus away from comparison and toward your own path. One of the biggest traps people fall into is the tendency to compare their behind-the-scenes struggles with others' highlight reels. Social media exacerbates this tendency by presenting a curated version of reality. People share their successes, milestones, and happy moments, but rarely their setbacks, failures, or doubts. This creates an illusion that others are progressing faster or achieving more, leading to feelings of inadequacy or frustration. However, when you understand that your journey is unique, you realize that these comparisons are meaningless. Your progress is not defined by how you measure up to others, but by how true you are to your own goals and values. Embracing the uniqueness of your journey also means acknowledging that there is no one-size-fits-all formula for success or happiness. What works for someone else may not work for you, and that's okay. Your path may be unconventional or take longer than others' paths, but that doesn't make it any less valid. Success is not a linear process, it's a deeply personal and often winding journey. It involves trial and error, setbacks, and moments of doubt. These experiences are not signs of failure, they are part of the process. They shape you, teach you, and help you grow. When you focus on your unique journey, you also free yourself from the pressure to conform. Society often imposes expectations about what a successful life should look like, what career you should pursue, when you should achieve certain milestones, or how you should behave. These expectations can be stifling, leading you to make choices that are not true to yourself. However, when you recognize that your path is yours alone, you give yourself permission to define success on your own terms. You listen to your own intuition, follow your own passions, and make decisions that reflect your true self. This authenticity is the key to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Another important aspect of embracing your unique journey is learning to appreciate your own progress. It's easy to overlook how far you've come when you're focused on how far you still have to go. Take time to reflect on your journey and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Every step forward is a victory. Every challenge you overcome is a testament to your resilience and strength. When you acknowledge your progress, you build confidence and motivation to keep going. Your unique journey also involves embracing your own pace. There is often a sense of urgency to achieve certain goals by a certain age or within a specific time frame. However, this timeline is often arbitrary and does not account for the complexities of life. Everyone's journey unfolds at its own pace, and there is no right timeline. Some people achieve success early in life, while others find their path later. What matters is not when you achieve your goals, but that you stay committed to your journey and keep moving forward. Trusting your own timing allows you to focus on the process rather than being fixated on the outcome. Self-compassion is another crucial element of honoring your new journey. It's easy to be hard on yourself when things don't go as planned or when you make mistakes. However, these setbacks are part of the journey, and they do not define your worth or potential. Practicing self-compassion means treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially during difficult times. It involves recognizing that you are doing the best you can and that it's okay to struggle. Self-compassion creates a supportive inner environment that helps you navigate challenges with resilience and grace. Your unique journey also means embracing the lessons that come with it. Every experience, whether positive or negative, has something to teach you. The challenges you face are opportunities for growth and self-discovery. They help you develop new skills, build resilience, and gain a deeper understanding of yourself. Even the most difficult experiences can be valuable if you approach them with an open mind and a willingness to learn. By viewing your journey as a series of lessons, you transform obstacles into stepping stones.